Hello, hello. I'm happy to be here. Took a moment to get started. Let's come up to stand for actually just a moment and let's start with a thoracic stretch. So hands on a wall or hands on the back of a chair. Walk back, outer edges of feet straight, ankles hip distance apart. Before you push back, you can rotate your thigh bones into neutral. Just make sure they don't start to bend when you rotate. And then push your thigh bones back a little bit, hips over the heels. Breathing here. I'm not going too much into a fold, but I'm still letting my belly relax, my tailbone go up into the air. And then how about bending the knees and sitting back and getting a little bit more length through the spine. Great opportunity to look at the position of your feet. I've just been feeling extra chilly today, so I'm wearing these little slippers until I get a little warmth flowing through my body. Feel the hips pull back. Feel the spine get longer. Feel your breath. You can do some of those rib breaths that we practiced last week. And then push into your feet to come up. Press down through the backs of your legs. And now let's have a seat in your chair. All right, from your chair, let's start out with a lunge. And we're going to go back and forth, and we're going to do lots of lunges today. We can all use more range of motion in the front of our hip. Start with your ankle right behind the knee. Feel free to mix it up, sometimes top of the foot, sometimes toes tucked under. For this first set of angles, I'm going to do toes tucked under. You can choose, but we often need more of that. And remember to keep your foot active. Turn your elbow pit forward. You can have your thumb or the palm of your hand forward with your front ribs relaxed down. We're just going to sweep the arm up into the air and back down by our sides. And sweep up and down. And two more like that. All right, slide that back knee forward, spin around to the other side, knee back under the foot, under the hip, active foot, ribs relax down, especially as you lift the arm. Tuning into your breath. And let's spin around to the other side. Now this time let's change the angle of our lunge a little bit. So let's take our foot closer to the chair. Doesn't matter how too much. Notice if your ankle rolls to one side or the other. Find an angle that you can still actively push down through all your toes. Reach your left arm out to the side or whatever your outside arm is. And then keeping it low chest level, reach across. And open back out to the side. And across. And open back up. Two more like that. Across. And open. And across. And open. Let that arm come down. Spin that foot back to center. Slide your leg forward. Spin around to the other side. Slide your knee back underneath your hip. Slide the foot over so it's closer to your chair. And then from here, reach your arm out to your side, rotate the palm up, reach across, low chest level as far as your arm will go. Open up, reach across, keep that back foot active. Two more like that. And then lower the arm down, slide that leg forward. Let's go around to the other side. One more time, slide the knee back. Slide that foot a little bit out away from the chair. And over time, as long as there's no discomfort in your hip, in your knee, in your ankle, and as long as you can stabilize all toes, you can take it a little further out. You can not go so far sometimes. Now take that outside arm, and with your ribs relaxed down, your head ramping back, circle the arm up and down, just like that. And then slide that knee forward, spin around to the other side. Knee slides back, take it out away from the chair a little bit. Center the toes of your foot. Front ribs relax down, head ramps back. And let's circle your outside arm up and down. Keep stabilizing the foot. That's what's going to support improving the range of motion in the hip. Just like all of our feet exercises support improving the range of motion in the hip. All right, let's slide that leg forward, spin back around to the front of the chair, and then from here, let's hold on to the chair. You can stretch your legs straight here with flexed ankles. Have your elbows point straight back. Try to keep your pelvis upright. So as we lift and lower our ribs, our pelvis is not doing this. We're keeping the pelvis as upright as we can. And then just lift and drop your ribs down and back. And a big portion of today's class is going to be working on the shoulders and the neck. And the first step to balancing the muscles in those areas is dropping your ribs down and back. Now, I've had people tell me that it's taken them years to actually feel their ribs drop down and back. That's okay. Just imagine you're doing it. Over time, the more that your shoulder muscles improve their range of motion and the muscles around your waist and your core, the easier it will be to drop your ribs down and back. Now, for someone who's more flexible like I am, you can probably easily lift your ribs up and down, but that also means your ribs more easily come up, even if just subtly. So you have to pay extra attention because you have the mobility to keep the ribs dropping down and back without your pelvis rotating backwards. So remember, we want to be here. We can even exaggerate it. It's okay if the head and the shoulders come forward. That's what we're going to work on. From there, release your hands, flex your ankles, fold over your legs for just a moment. Breathing. All right, and then come back up. Okay, this exercise is great for the shoulders, especially works down closer to the muscles in the elbows if you ever feel discomfort around your elbows. I want you to really get this in your mind rather than me describing it every step of the way, because we're going to do it again at the end of class and you're going to have to somewhat remember because you're not going to be able to look. It'll make sense at the end of class. So palms face forward, elbows in close to your side like you're doing a bicep curl. Every time you stop, you rotate. So now your palms face away from you and press down. And then you rotate at the bottom, press up. So your palms are pressing up and then the palms of your hands are pressing down. Palms of the hands press up, rotate the forearms, palms of the hands pressing down. Check the ribs are down and back. After you do several of them, it kind of becomes tricky for the brain. Just remember you're rotating every time you stop. But then I'm going to make it even more tricky because I'm going to change the rotation. So let's do that now. Now the back of your hands go up. You rotate, the back of your hands push down. You rotate, back of the hands press up. Rotate, back of the hands press down. Rotate, back of the hands press up. Back of the hands press down. And do a few more like that. And then fold over your legs, flexed ankles one more time. Notice if your legs really want to point, try to flex more. Maybe your ankles want to twist to one side or the other. Center them as you fold. Try to feel like you're folding more from your pelvis than just leaning forward from your spine. And then come back up. I've been slipping on this chair a lot today. Spin around to one side, slide your knee back under your hip, and then circle your arm up and over for dynamic side bends. Active feet, front foot and back foot. Always set up the feet and the ankles and the hips first. And then sometimes it's movement is better, sometimes staying is better. Let's stay in a side bend. Checked. Is your rib cage rotating one way or the other? Can you turn it back to face center? Stretch through the fingers, through the wrist, through the elbow, through the shoulder, through the ribs, through the side of the waist. Restabilize your feet. Tune into your breath. And bring that arm down. Slide your knee forward. Spin around to the other side. Slide your knee back under your hip. Ribs relax down. Dynamic side bends at your own pace. All right, next time you side bend, stay. Reach through the fingers, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. Turn your rib cage so it's facing straight ahead. Check in with your feet. Are they centered? Are they gently active? Breathing here. Feeling the whole side of the body. Hopefully enjoying it. And then bring that arm down, spin back around to the front of the chair. And from there, with your ankles hip distance apart, feet straight, come back here a lot. Reach your arms out to the sides, pelvis upright, ribs relax down. Really pay attention to the rotation as you twist your belly button from right to left. Relax the stomach muscles. Pay more attention to the position of your pelvis and the position of your rib cage. And really focus more on the waist, turning more than the shoulders, more than the head. If you know you have a habit of turning more at your head, you can just keep your chin over the center of your breastbone as it turns. It is very common that as we go to one side, we kind of push our ribs to one side. So notice if that happens to you. And try not to push your ribs to one side. So simple, just feels so good though. Come back to center, release your arms, fold over your legs. You can use your hands, you can do your elbows, you can fold farther down. And then from there, come on back up. Let's go back around into a lunge. Here's where if you want to, you can switch the top of your foot. You can even push down and lift the ankle a little bit if your front of your ankle always goes down. Rotate your elbow pit forward. We're gonna actively hug our arm into the side of our body as we do some stuff for our neck. So your elbow forward, elbow pit forward, your arm is hugging into the side of the body, your ribs relax down, slide your ears back over your shoulders, and whichever hand is by your side, if you're on the same as me, it will be your left hand. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder and slowly come up. Right ear to right shoulder, chin stays back and come up. And right ear over and come up. And right ear over, hold, gently hug the back of your arm into the side of your body. And then bring your head up and turn and look over the back of your chair and bring your head back and turn and back and turn and back and turn and hold and hug the upper left arm into the side of your body. And breathing, chin down. It tends to lift up when we turn our head. Bring your head back to center. What I mean by chin down is oftentimes when people turn their head, they lift a little bit through the chin. I have a habit of doing that. Try not to do that. Spin around to your other side. Slide your knee back. You can do the same thing with your foot you did on the last time. Elbow pit forward. Hug your arm bone in. Ribs relax down and back. Left ear to left shoulder. And come up nice and slowly. Tilt over, chin back, and up. Tilt over, hug that upper arm gently into your side, and come up, and tilt over and hold, hugging the elbow into your side. Soften the face, relax the jaw. Bring your head up, ribs relax down, turn and look over your left shoulder, and unwind. And turn, and unwind, turn, and unwind. Make sure when you turn, your chin's not pushing forward. Turn, hold, keep twisting, keep hugging the upper arm in towards the body. Keep breathing. Bring your head back to center, slide that back leg forward, spin back around to the front of the chair. Okay, from here, sit up nice and tall, feet straight, ankles under the knees, cross your right arm on top of your left arm. From here, the main key is, so we do the rib lift and lowering with our pelvis upright. We want to think of the same thing. You want to keep your pelvis as upright as you can. Not tucking back, but upright as you can. The whole time, keep your pelvis upright. Just curl your spine forward. Keep the pelvis upright as you bring the spine back up. So we're specifically paying attention to not thrusting the ribs forward and not tucking the pelvis under. So ribs stay down and back as you curl forward. And then come back up without pushing the ribs forward, without the pelvis moving. Switch the crossing of your arms. We'll do a couple more like that. Pelvis upright, feet active, thigh bones pulling into the pelvis. Curl down bone by bone. Imagine you're moving every bone of your spine, and unwind your spine, but without lifting your ribs at all. Let's do that one more time. Curl down bone by bone. Pelvis stays upright, ribs stay down as you come back up nice and slowly. And then from there, release your arms and let's do a number 4 stretch. So you can use a prop with your right ankle up, or you can just go ahead and do your right ankle on your knee. From there, sit up nice and tall, check the bottom foot. Notice if you're right way up here, maybe use something lower. You don't have to pay so much attention to your ankle at first, but over time, neutral ankle. It's easy for me to keep my flexion, but my inner arch rolls up towards me. If that's you, press your inner arch away. Interlace your right pinky finger on the bottom. Press away, spread those thumbs. Keep that nice even interlace. And just go up a little and press. Pelvis tilting upright, ribs relaxing down and back. Arms a little higher without the ribs joining. Arms a little higher without the ribs joining. Notice if those fingers want to come apart. And then slowly go back down and fold over your thigh. Check in with the position of your ankle. You can use your hands even to give it a little flexion or a little twist. And switch legs, either using a prop, keeping your outer right foot straight, or ankle over the knee. Sit up nice and tall. Interlace left pinky finger on the bottom. Pay attention to the ankle. Sometimes the ankle is the most important part of how you get into your hip if you are a more flexible person. And then press away low, spread your thumbs out, and a little bit higher. Breathing, and a little bit higher. Ribs down, pelvis upright. See how I even got just a little more motion almost every time that I remind myself. And hands up a little bit higher. Without the ribs, even interlace, gentle thumb spread. Notice if you always curl your thumbs back, can you straighten them out to do something different? Maybe a little higher. And then slowly lower down and check on your ankle. You can use your hands to flex a little more, to gently twist and hinge forward. Bottom foot, check it. Did it slip in? Okay, come on up, uncross. So now you're going to sit all the way back in your chair. You can stay where you are. Sit all the way back in your chair. Scoot your hips back. Think of not letting your ribs lift up. Keep your bottom ribs, connect it to your chair, hands behind your head. You're trying to bend your spine back without thrusting your ribs forward. We tend to have very limited range of motion. Keep the ribs connected to the chair and bend back any amount. Chin down, slowly come up. If your ribs even touch the chair, but you still notice like the bony ribs are sticking forward, try to keep them relaxed down and back even more. You can just rest your hands. You can use either crossing of your fingers, ribs down and back as you bend the spine back. And even as you bend back with your chin down, see if you can tuck your ribs down and back a little bit more. And come upright. And hinge back. And come upright. And hinge back. Doesn't matter how far you go. Make sure your hands are very supportive so your neck feels totally comfortable. And this time we hold. It's like your spine is leaning back, but your ribs are tucking in from the front. And what's happening when you're doing that is it's pure spinal motion with the vertebrae of your spine have to bend rather than thrusting your ribs forward, which is shearing. And come back up nice and slowly. And from there, you can scoot back up to the front of your chair. Oh, that felt nice. And scoot over to one side of your chair. Extend your right leg out to the right on the inner edge of your foot, left ankle right under your knee, front ribs relax down, pelvis upright. We're going to drop our chin down to our chest. It might be helpful to put your hand on your breastbone to feel it sink down, and then just slide your ears straight back over your shoulders. Notice if even your breastbone wants to push into your hand. That's a sign that there's still some tension there. So keep that breastbone down. When your head slides back, you're trying to make as many double chins as you can. And head drops down. And slide back, using the upper back muscles instead of pushing the ribs forward. And head drops down. And slide back. And head drops down and slide back. Hold ribs down, flex your ankle. Last week we did some of these, some rotations. If you're feeling very tight in this area, stick with the rotations. Otherwise, how about on the inner edge of your foot, barely lifting your toes up off the floor, seeing how that feels. My chin, just really want to go forward again there. Lift a little higher. Lift a little higher, lift a little more, and then lean over, slide that leg in, and switch sides. Stretch your leg out, inner edge of the foot, in line with your hip, one hand on your breastbone, pelvis upright, but ribs relax down. This time, instead of dropping your whole head down, just tuck your chin in towards your throat and slide your head back. So it's not this, it's just this, like your chin tucks in towards your throat. Slide your head back. Chin tucks in towards the throat. Slide the head back. Chin tucks in towards the throat. Slide the head back. Hold, maybe a few rotations. Maybe you just barely lift your toes. Try to extend a little longer. Lift a little more, so you're just slowly changing the rotation of your thigh bone. Boy, my head wants to go forward. A little bit more. Maybe a little bit more. Extend through that leg. Whew. And then release and slide that leg in. Bring it all the way back. Let's go into another lunge. All right, let's do 2 lean backs with our toes tucked under, 2 at the top of our foot. Hinge back, front ribs down, hold for a breath. Come back upright, hinge back, hold for a breath. And come back upright, top of the foot down, press down, or let it relax, either one. Hinge back, hold for a moment, relax any clenching, come upright, hinge back, come upright. Your choice with your ankle. Turn your belly button to the back of your chair and hold your twist. Maybe even keep your chin over your breastbone to really focus on turning from the waist. You can use your hands to create a little resistance. Relax your elbows down so your shoulders relax. Keep breathing. Take some rib breaths here into the sides of your rib cage. Unwind your spine, slide your back leg forward, spin around to the other side. We'll start with toes tucked under, knee right under the hip. Be careful, it likes to do that. Ribs relax down, hinge back, and come forward. Watch what happens to your front leg. Does your foot stay active? Hinge back, hold for a moment or two, a little longer since we didn't hold the first one. And come upright. Switch your foot and hinge back. Hold for a breath. Come upright and hinge back any amount. Hold for a breath. And come upright. You choose your ankle. Focus on the belly button. Turn to the back of the chair without leaning to the back of the chair. Stacking your torso. Turning from the waist more than the chin. Relaxing the elbows down. Staying fluid by letting your belly relax and breathing into the sides of your rib cage. We've almost been trained, unwind, slide your leg forward. We've almost been trained to not do tedious motion. All right, we're gonna do a calf stretch with a top of the foot stretch. So a seated calf stretch, we did this last week. So put the ball of your foot up, your heel on the ground. You can set up anywhere that your heel touches down, tuck the top of your foot under. We're so conditioned for convenience. Oh, I don't have to do this tedious movement of raking because I can use a leaf blower. I don't have to do this tedious movement of hanging my clothes up on the laundry on the outdoor line because I can use a dryer. I mean, there are thousands of examples of how we've created convenience, but we've taken movement out. That's exactly what convenience is it takes movement out, and all those tedious little movements, and you don't have to think of them that way. I don't think of them that way anymore. I think of them, this is health, is what builds health from the inside out for all of your cells. Reach your arms out to the sides. Now there's two ways to rotate your arm bones. One is you feel your shoulders go up when you internally rotate and they go down when you external rotation. That's one of the reasons we need more external rotation, but you can also move at the shoulder joint without your shoulder blades going up and down your spine. So can you relax your shoulders down and try to rotate your arm bones without your shoulder blades going up and down? And you have to really pay attention, because when I internally rotate, ooh, do my shoulder blades want to go up at one point? And then external all the way. Okay, from there, bend your elbows. Try to keep them steady. So in other words, the elbows are not going up and down. The upper arm stays steady. Ribs relax down and back. Pelvis upright. Rotate the arm bones. Rotate in the other direction. Pull your forearms back a little bit without the ribs going forward at all. Rotate and pull back. You're not trying to force any range of motion. Rotate down just to wherever they go. Pull back a little to wherever they go. Really watch the ribs here. One more like that. pull back through your hands, extend, lower down, switch. Seated calf stretch, top of the foot stretch. So your body is always trying to take you into what's more comfortable, even if you're not feeling a lot of discomfort. Earlier today, I was sitting on the floor and I was purposely trying to sit with my left ankle crossed in front of my right because I know I always favor my right side. And I caught my body, even though I didn't feel like I was in discomfort at all, I caught my body in a matter of 15 minutes trying to get out of that position 3 different times. Like unconsciously, I just wanted to shift back to what was comfortable, back to what my body knew. So you have to pay attention here. One thing I've realized lately, it's very subtle, but when I stretch the top of my left foot, it rolls to the pinky toe side of my foot. And I figured it out because when I started re-rolling the ball under my foot, I was like, wow, my inner toe and the big toe side of my left foot feels very tight. And then I started doing this stretch and I realized it's so subtle, but it was taking the weight off of there in this little way that was just making that foot tighter along that stripe. So as you get used to these movements, many of you have been doing this for years, start really trying to pay attention to different areas like that. Does my ankle just want to roll? You might just pay attention to that and skip other things. Arms out to the side, ribs relax down, shoulders relax down, shoulder blades. Can you rotate the arm bone in the shoulder socket without the shoulder blades going up and down your back? And it's possible. It just depends on how much tension is bound up around your shoulder blades and your shoulders. It becomes more work for different muscles when your shoulder blades don't go up and down. All right, bend your elbows, keep your upper arms steady, rotate down, rotate, and this time, sometimes we just go down and back up. Now we're pulling back a little bit without this, without the chest lifting, pelvis upright. Down and pull back. Down and pull back. And down and pull back. And then extend your arms, lower down, slide your leg forward. You can move that block to the side, walk your feet wide, circle around. Let's do 2 or 3 circles in one direction. And then instead of switching directions, we're going to go in the same direction and you're going to pause. Circle a little more, 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 pause. And then start to go in the other direction a few times. Feet grounding, inner thighs open, relaxing the lower belly. If ribs always tend to thrust forward, you can even watch them here. Go circle, pause. A little more, pause. A little more, pause. A little more. You might find a spot that's just like, ooh, a little more, a little more. And come back up to center. Walk your feet hip distance apart and then push down through the soles of your feet to press up to stand and come around to the back of your chair. And we'll go back to where we started, our thoracic stretch. Walk back, straight feet. You can walk back a little further, let your spine go down a little forward. Maybe work on rotating your thigh bones. Sit your hips back. If you got that nice lift of your tailbone, like you can see mine, if your ribs thrust, you want to curl them up. If you don't have the lift of the tailbone, just keep working on tilting your pelvis, untucking it gently, breathing, and then press up to stand. Feet straight, ankles hip distance apart, pelvic lifts, push down through the left hip, hug it in, right ankle floats up, rotate the thigh bone. Of course, you're giving a lot of focus to what's happening in the standing leg. Foot straight, hips stacked, hips over heels, and switch. Foot straight. If hip goes out to the side, stack it in. If hip goes forward, back it up. Feel the work in your leg muscles and rotate your other thigh bone. Breathing. Sometimes it takes a moment to like readjust and come back. And figure out what's going on. All right, from there, you can put that foot down, grab whatever you're going to use for a calf stretch. A rolled up towel works great. Put the ball of your right foot up, your heel down, edge of foot straight. Step your left foot forward. Notice if your hips tend to drift, it might be very little. Center your belly button. Elbow pits forward, ribs relax down. If that causes your head to go forward, just slide it back. Elevate. Relax down and reach down a little. Elevate, relax down and reach down. Elevate, relax down and reach down. Elevate, relax down and reach down. Switch feet. So one thing to do would be to think of like if you do one exercise that you're like, ooh, I don't think I've moved that part in a while, remember it and do it all week until you get to next week's class. Like do it every day. That's just another way to add more movement into your life. All right, ribs relax down, weight equal, belly button in the center of your hip distance ankles, shoulder blades wide, but if the shoulders are up here, relax them down. Shoulder blades squeeze together, but not this. Ribs stay relaxed down, just the arm bones go back, okay? And shoulder blades wide, shoulder blades together, keeping your ribs in that crunchy position. Shoulder blades wide, shoulder blades squeeze together, shoulder blades wide, shoulder blades squeeze together. Notice if when you squeeze them together, your head wants to go like mine does. I know I still got tension in that upper back. Relax your arms down, release your foot. You can slide whatever you are using out of the way unless you were using a block. I'm going to try to do like 4 of these in every class for a while. You don't have to do them on a block or something lifted. You can do your pelvic lifting from the floor. That was not a great example. That's better. Okay, but the block just sometimes gives feedback because it's harder for your foot to hit the floor. Edge of the foot straight, make sure the heel is on the block. You can have your hands on a wall or a high chair as long as you don't have to bend over too much. Flex your leg. The hanging leg is not doing any work. Hip goes out. Press down and hug in. Hip goes out. Press down and hug in. No knee bend. Hip goes out. Push down and hug in. Hip goes out. Push down and hug in. The majority of the weight should be back in your heel so that you're feeling it in the side and the back side buttocks. Switch feet. Push down, hug the hip in. The hanging leg is not doing any of the work. And hip goes out. Push down, hug in, stack those joints. Weight back in the heels. So same thing as I was saying earlier about the rib cage. For some people, this motion, let's do a couple more each side. Can never do enough pelvic lifting. This motion is small. And then for some people, it's like me, your hip goes way out. Yes, if your motion's small, you want a little more range of motion in your hips. But if your range of motion is large, you are going to have a harder time stabilizing your hips, as I do from all my years of overstretching without alignment without boundaries. So for you, if you have all this range of motion, try to go slower. Slower on the way out and slower on the way in. All right, come off of there. You can now slide that out of the way. Sitting back into a chair pose. Pressing up. Pigeon toe your feet. Press your hips back. Rotate from your pelvis over your thigh bones. Push through the backs of the legs to come up. Turn your feet out to the side. Push your thigh bones back. Come back up. Turn your feet straight. Push your thigh bones back. Rotate over your pelvis. Come back up. Sit back into another chair pose. Stretch your right leg way back into a lunge. From here, pelvis untucking, ribs if they tend to push forward, back up. From there, ramp your head back. Turn and look over one shoulder. Turn and look over the other shoulder. Bring your head down to center. Drop your head all the way down. Ramp your head back up. Step your back leg forward. Sit back into a chair pose. Step your left leg back. Center the ball of your foot. If your ribs tend to thrust forward, pull them back unless you're here. And then from there, ramp your head back. Drop one ear to one shoulder, chin in. Drop the other ear to the other shoulder. Bring your head back to center. Just tuck your chin in more to your chest or to your throat, not your head dropping down all the way. Slide your head back. Step up through that foot. Walk your feet to two. Sit back into a chair squat. Try to drop your hips a little lower without your torso going below your hips. Press up. Open up to a three. Sit your hips back. Inner thighs open if they collapse in. Can your hips go down a little lower? Back your hips up. Press through the whole sole of the foot to come up. Walk your feet open to four. Sit your hips back. Maybe your hips drop down a little lower. Keep backing up the shins, opening through the inner thighs. Push down through your feet to come up nice and slowly. Now turn your feet out. Push your thigh bones back. Come up. Pigeon toe your feet. Push your thigh bones back. Come up. Straighten your feet and walk into three. Feet go out to the side. Back your hips up. A little goes a long way. If your spine stays straight, you're just going back a little. If your spine is still around it, you're trying to go back a little more to flatten out your spine. Come up. Pigeon toe your feet. Back your hips up. Two straight legs. Come up. Walk your feet into two. Feet turn out to the side. Push your thigh bones back. Pigeon toe your feet. Thigh bones go back. Feet straight, walk back to one, hip distance apart. We're going to do 3 rotations, micro swing backs. Push down, hug your hip in. You can work on even neutral rotation. Sometimes it helps to hold on to something. I'm going to work a lot on my neutral rotation. It's getting a little better without use, but having my fingers on the chair allows me to get a little bit more neutral rotation. From there, turn your foot out to the side and micro swing backs. Your hips are still squared facing forward. Another nice thing about sometimes having your hands on, like lightly resting is it takes the balance out of it, and when the balance is out of it, you can focus more on what it's doing, which is actually working your buttocks muscles in different angles as long as you're not swinging back too far. Internally rotate your thigh bone. Just the hanging leg, not the standing leg. And micro swing backs. and edge of the foot straight in micro swing backs. And put that foot down. Feet straight, ankles hip distance apart. So I've done this already a couple times this week, and I've mostly been doing it in the center of the room. You have to focus more on the balancing hip, but I will say that sometimes, and so light, I'm not gripping at all, nothing's tensing, this little finger can make a big difference in, hey, can my thigh bone rotate into neutral a little bit more? Turn your foot pigeon-toed, micro swing backs. Turn your foot out. It's tricky because you're keeping your standing leg in neutral and you're changing the rotation of the swinging leg, and you're still pelvic listing to get this foot to easily come up off the floor. And outer edge of the foot straight. Trying to still rotate my thigh bone more, throws me off of balance, the standing leg. All right, and put that foot down. Okay, face sideways at your chair. Sideways. The back of your chair. Step your left foot forward and your right foot back. And the wider stance you can get with your feet hip distance apart, the easier this will be, because you're going to bend both knees, but you don't want your front knee going like this. And if your feet are too close together, it's really going to be hard to bend your back knee low without your front knee going forward. So as much as you feel comfortable, step wider. And then as you bend the front knee, you're trying to roll off the back foot and get it to go a little lower to the floor and come up. You can see it actually takes a lot of foot mobility to get the knee closer to the floor. Bend, try to lower the knee without going like this. Lower straight down and press up. And bend, try to lower that back knee a little bit more and press up. And one more. Bend, try to lower that back knee a little bit more. Center the ball of the foot, press up. Step your back foot forward, switch legs. So right foot forward, left foot back. Try to take as big as a step as you can. It's okay if your back ankle is not touching the floor to start. That's perfectly okay. Outer edges of feet straight, ankles hip distance. You're not on a tightrope here. You have space between your feet. Bend, try to drop the back knee down a little bit. Press up. And bend, drop, back knee drops down a little bit, and press up. And bend, and press up. And bend, doesn't matter how low you're going, and press up. Push off that back foot to step up. Come back around to the front of your chair. So spin your chair so the front of it is facing you. You can put your hands on the chair. If your spine is rounded here, use the back of the chair instead. From wherever you are, you can put blocks under your hands to give yourself more height. Feet straight, ankles hip distance apart. You can work on spreading your thumbs and wrapping your elbow pits forward. Arms nice and long. Watch as you move. Do your arms want to do this? Try to keep your arms steady. As you tuck your right toes behind you, your left leg is going to want to keep going forward. Keep backing it up. As you lift your right leg, reach back, tap down. Reach back, tap down. That left hip might want to spin forward. Hug it in. Reach up, weight back in the heel of the left leg. Tap down, reach up, tap down, feet straight, ankles hip distance apart, reach your left leg back. Now if your spine is rounded here, it's going to be better to have your hands higher than the seat of the chair. Your right thigh is going to want to keep forward. Pull it back and hug it in. Tap. See how my right leg wants to go forward? Back it up. tap down. Reach long through the leg in the air as you lift it up. Tap down, 2 straight arms. Reach up, that shows you what's happening in the upper body is not affecting the lower body, vice versa. Tap down, reach up, lengthen long. Tap down, put both feet side by side, press down to come up. Cross your right ankle behind your left ankle and take your right arm up and over into a side bend. Lower your right hand down, cross your left ankle behind your right ankle or vice versa. Whichever ankle's crossed behind, take that arm up and over into a side bend. And then bring that arm back down, uncross your ankles. Whatever you're going to use for a double calf stretch. Maybe it's 2 blocks, maybe it's dome, maybe it's a rolled up towel. Put them side by side. An extra rolled up yoga mat is always great. Put your feet up pigeon-toed. Back your hips up. Breathing here. Take a couple breaths. How about a little bend in the knees? Nothing should feel discomfort in your ankles, your knees, your hips. Straighten the legs back up. Turn your feet slightly out to the side, hip distance apart, heels in. Back up with 2 straight legs. Put a little bend in your knees. Press back to straight legs. Turn the outer edges of your feet straight. Push your hips back. You can be your hands, you can do your forearms. Put a little bend in your knees. Watch your thighs collapsing in. Watch your feet turning crooked. Press up. Okay, move that out of the way. One more thing before we sit down. This is not a bad motion. It's just an underused motion, but it's a good motion. All motions are good motions. Most of us need a lot more of this though, a lot more of being able to squat down and keep our weight back. That being said, and then as you come up, also pushing your weight back. So we work a lot towards that. But going forward is not necessarily bad either. We want that knee flexion, that hip flexion. So go slow. See how this works for you. Let your knees go forward until your heels want to come up and try to go lower. Back your hips up. Push your hips back as your heels come down. Let's do that one more time. Knees go forward. If any joint bothers you, stop there. As your knees go forward, heels come up, squat a little lower. Push your hips back. As your heels come down, straighten through the legs. Come around to the front of the chair. Just another way to get up and down off the ground. Feet straight, ankles hip distance apart. And sit back nice and slowly. And then from here, let's bring the back of our wrists together. Try to touch as many fingers, maybe your thumbs. Wrists drop down only if the hands don't separate. So stay high if you can keep your hands together. And then a little side to side slide. Relaxing the shoulders, pelvis upright, ribs relax down. Okay, release your hands. So from here, reach your right arm out to the right, upper arm stays steady. Rotate, press back. Okay, bring the arm a little bit forward. We're going to do 2, 3, 4 is straight in line with your shoulder. A little forward, upper arm stays steady. Rotate one way, rotate the other way. A little more forward. Rotate, rotate back the other way. Straight in front. Watch the elbow going up and down, and do a few of these without force. But do push back a little, press down a little. Push back a little, press down a little. Push back a little, relax. Left arm, pelvis upright, ribs relax down and back. So important when we're doing shoulder work. Rotate a little forward. Rotate forward, press back. A little forward. Rotate, press back. Straight in line with your shoulder. Rotate, press back. Doesn't matter if yours looks like mine. Remember, I a lot of times have hypermobility, so less is okay. Just the motion is what's important. Good, and release. Okay, just like when we started, we're doing these. This, palms flip, this. At some point, I'll have you switch where back of the hands go up, back of the hands press down. But for now, we'll start with front of the hands. Pelvis upright, ribs relax down, right ear to right shoulder. Press up, rotate, press down, rotate. Press up, rotate, press down. Okay, back of the hands, go up, rotate, back of the hands down, rotate. Back of the hands up, rotate, back of the hands down, come up. Left ear to left shoulder, palms face forward. Press up, rotate, press down, rotate. Press up, rotate, press down. Back of the hands, go up, rotate, back of the hands down, rotate. Back of the hands up, rotate, back of the hands press down, bring your head up. Turn and look over your right shoulder, pelvis upright, ribs relax down. Palms face forward, press up, rotate, press down. Rotate, press up, rotate, press down. Now keep the back of the hands facing forward, press up, rotate, back of the hands press down, rotate. Press up, rotate, press down. Turn and look over the left shoulder, ribs relax down, turning just from the neck. Up, rotate, down, rotate. Up, rotate, down, rotate. Now go back of the hands facing forward. Press up, rotate, press down, rotate. Press up, rotate, press down. Bring your head to center, tuck your chin into your chest. One with hands forward, up, rotate, down. One with hands back, up, rotate, press down. Lengthen your legs, fold over your legs any amount. Take a full breath here, and then come on up and sit all the way back in the chair for your final pose, Savasana. Let your gaze soften or your eyes gently close. Become very present with your body and with your breath. Relax any clenching around the pelvic floor. Just being present with your body. Remember to be happy. Sometimes we get so bogged down in dealing with feelings, issues, problems, the realities and details of our lives, we forget to be happy. Often happiness can be ours if we just remember to be happy. Joy is a choice, a deliberate, conscious choice. That choice is available to us each day. Our joy isn't controlled by others or by outward circumstances. Joy comes from a deeper place, a place of security within ourselves. It's an attitude. Remember to be kind. Begin with yourself. Remember to be loving. Begin with yourself. Remember to feel all of your feelings and to take care of yourself. But most of all, remember to be happy. Bringing our hands together at heart center in gratitude for this day, in gratitude for remembering to be happy. Namaste. Watch how you get up when you get up.